Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and fellow Genshin Impact and Varka lovers, haters, enjoyers, and tragedy bearers. Welcome back for the nice 2:30 a.m. special reaction drip marketing content coverage series for Varka Part 2. So, we are back again. I am late a little bit, and I do apologize a little bit, but ultimately, I think sadly, especially if you watched the last reaction, it really does not matter. Really sadly, because if you didn't see it, and if you don't know, in the last video and overall, Varka is basically leading to become a tragedy. So we're finally up to his character trailer. As much as I try and stay away from spoilers and anything crazy, I don't believe since last time I've heard anything different through the grapevine, and I don't think there's been any changes or buffs. But TLDR, very, very unfortunately, Barca sucks. Now, I think his trailers are amazing, and even in the last trailer, we got a major lore drop, even though it's not necessarily anything new per se. It's purely visual. Like, it doesn't change mostly anything except that Hoyo actually didn't make everyone necessarily hot, although I think that some people would disagree with me here. But they actually showed one of the Hexen Circle witches, Barbaloth, aka Barbie. So if you didn't see that, go ahead and see it. But yeah, we saw Barbie, and that's probably the biggest splash that Varka's making with his stuff right now. It's not even about him, it's about Barbaloth, and people are freaking out about that. But yeah, Varka is the newest Animo main DPS, Claymore user, a dual wielder, which is cool as fuck. And, he's the Grand Knight, or the Grand Master Knight of the Knights of Favonius. Very glazed throughout the lore, someone I've personally been very interested in. And when we first saw his look when they teased Nod Cry, I thought it was okay. It was basically adult adventuring from HSR. But overall, I was pretty happy with him. And then when I saw him in game, I got a little upset personally because I thought, number one, they didn't give him a bulky model, because number two, there's no bulky muscular model in the game, sadly, for characters. There is one for NPCs, which looks like shit, but there's not one for characters, because this isn't Zenless Zone Zero, where they actually make different models for people. But number two, his facial animation, his facial rig looked really ugly. Like, I don't know what it was, but I was like, damn, I really feel like they kind of fucked up his face. But that's not the only thing they fucked up. They fucked up his meta placement. Now, this is where, crazily enough and oddly enough, and I mentioned this again in the other reaction, because realistically the part 2 is just a continuation of part 1. This is where Hoyo usually has big characters, and if you know what I'm talking about, you know. But TLDR, if a character gets more than 2 trailers, unless it's like a very special occasion, which I think it is for this, for Varka, usually that character is really big. They have huge meta implications, huge lore significance, and they're basically fucking broken as shit and defining. Malwika had it, Skirk had it, and lo and behold, those are still like 2 of the best characters in the game. Columbina didn't have it, oddly enough, even though she's fucking huge, widely anticipated, and the whole arc was basically about her and Nodcry. But Varka has an animation, again, where we saw Barbaloth, which was crazy. And overall, I just think it's so tragic that his numbers, combat wise, meta wise, are just not adding up. Now, again, there's a couple of asterisks here that might make this serviceable, although I think a lot of them are cope, but I will mention them here again. Number one, he's free, which I doubt. Number two, they buff him, which I doubt. Or number three, oh, actually, there's more than three. Number three, he's not necessarily free, but he goes on standard banner eventually, like Mizuki, which might be plausible, but I doubt it. And then number four, which if this was any other game, sadly, he would go on the standard banner because he's actually pretty cool, but not crazy meta wise. So You know, it is what it is. But number 4, and this is, I think, the most likely one, he is going to get a character in the future that supports him extremely well. Now, he is a Hexerai character, which, you know, my opinion on Hexerai is basically that it's fucking stupid. It's like, again, Genshin, the main thing I can summarize Genshin in is they copy their other games slash they do things, but they do things half wrong. It's always the case like this. The daily system, they quote unquote improved it. Their improvement was adding the stupid exploration point nonsense system, whatever the fuck, the daily point system where you have to search chests and do story and stuff you're probably gonna do anyway, but it's on a point system that you can run out for, to where you have to then do the stupid daily missions again. Meanwhile, look at Zenless. You get on and your dailies are done in like less than 1 minute, and you don't even have to even do combat. Regardless, you know, the daily system, they did horribly, and then they quote unquote updated it. They didn't really update it. It was a quality of life feature, but the next update they did was like, oh yeah, guys, instead of just claiming your dailies from the book, if you go to Catherine, you could just claim from her directly, but you still have to go to Catherine. Oh, whoopee. And then Hexerai is basically the same thing. Hexerai is, yeah, okay, old characters need buffs. Okay, we're going to give them buffs, but it's going to be basically team locked to Hexerai characters only. Which, again, most likely you're going to play them with Hexerai characters regardless. But from the calcs I've seen, again, trying to stay away from spoilers, but at this point, Varka's official, and sadly, I don't really care anymore. This is where Varka's best teams are teams where he's not even supposed to be in, aka the wheelchair team, Columbina and Effa. But regardless, this is where Varka's pretty bad. I hope he gets buffed. I really enjoyed him. I really liked him. I think he could have been done better. I think he was kind of done dirty, even worse than Skirk, because Skirk was at least, you know, the meta queen and still kind of is, and she's a hot girl. Varka's getting his own story, which is cool. Obviously, the campaign is centered kind of around him, which is cool. And again, he's one of the longest characters that they've teased in the game, so it's so sad to see this happen. I think lore-wise, he was really, really hyped up. I think even in Nodcry, as much as I didn't like his face model, he was a pretty cool guy. He's like Unk, right? He's like a cool Unk. And he has some riz too. Like a lot of women I think like him, both in the game and in real life. But it's just sad that, you know, this is the reality. But regardless, let's stop being doom and gloom. Maybe there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, just kidding, it's Genshin. There's not. And even despite these videos in the bottom right for my win to lose, right? I think that's him being number 1 clickbaity, which, you know, everyone is. But number 2, I think the but here's the truth part really says the reality. Either way, though, let's look at the character teaser. I'm sure all of his drip marketing content is going to be great. And this is probably only number 2 of at least 3. So we're going to be back saying all this bullshit again soon. Anyway, let's take a look at his teaser. Where the knight's heart leads. And it's so cool, man, because like he's such a nice guy, but granted, almost every Hoyo character is. So let's take a look. See what's up. I thought that was Klee. Oh my! Oh, look at him! Look at how big he looks. And his spatial model looks cool. Like, and they major. Oh my god! Look at Ido. And they major glazed his ass in this cinematic too. He was literally taking on the witch's challenge just because he wanted to test his strength. Like, you know how much aura that was? And even in the beginning of Nodcry, when he, you know, fought sadly off screen, when he fought Revere, I was like, damn, this guy's really him. But then, you know, they kind of downplayed it by saying, like, oh, yeah, Varka got injured, and, like, oh, it took all he had. Which, you know, I mean, to still fight Revere, even though he was, like, really, really weak, and it was, like, you know, 1% of his power, lol, it was still a feat to even fight Revere one-on-one. Like, Varka is him, or at least he could have been. I know it's so silly, bro. I love Nodcry. Nodcry really just took the story to a new level, man.
All right then. Last we left off.
Oh, story time. Malika.
Business in that land.
Whoa! Look at her. Oh my god! Look at her butt.
Trade expertise on fighting the abyss. All right.
Yo, he probably fought her, bro.
That said,
he loves
is
fighting.
The only thing you're here to train?
Yo, he's a Riz Lord. He's a Riz Lord.
Famous for something else.
Wine, getting drunk,
Of course.
and fucking.
Which is why I brought this.
Bruh. I think he's the only one who could outdrink Venti, bruh.
Sure is something else.
I thought they were gonna
Right back
fight.
at ya.
Bro, they have
Vanilla
their own
and
characters above them. That's so cute.
Data updated for Pyro Archon, Mawika.
Oh shit.
Alcohol tolerances, God tier.
God tier is
Was it a dessert
crazy.
eating contest?
Look at
We
this.
won
They're
for
glazing
sure.
him with the drinking.
What happened next? Come on, keep going, keep
Bro, if like we weren't in the Epstein era, I would really be like, he's such a good guy, but you have to always question, why does he like and take care of kids so much, man? This is like the new Epstein era thing we have to ask now.
going. The more we can update in Nef's database, the better.
He's thinking, what else has he done? He's only told us
Another
one
story,
thing.
huh?
Oh, is it gonna get sad? Oh shit. Dragon spine? Is he sleeping?
Regarding the abyssal calamity.
Oh!
That's all I meant to
Oh! Oh my
That's
god,
more
El
than enough.
Capitano!
Not quite what you were expecting.
Dude.
Sagittarius.
Oh
I don't put much
shit!
weight in expectations. Our enemy is ever changing after
They teased
all.
this in the lore too. They said
He's
Varka met up with
prepared.
him. Two cool ass
Will not stop a knight from
dudes.
pursuing his own path.
Oh my god, look at that picture, bro. That's cool.
But a word of warning.
Oh,
This is a path.
yeah, a word of
Cannot be
warning.
retraced.
You're not gonna be good. It's so sad.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
The only hope is that Nicole is gonna like major buff him when she releases, but she's Geo, I think. There's no way. Cause the way his kit works, not spoiling too much, even though his kit is out there, like officially. Actually, is it out there officially? I think it is. I believe it's out there officially. This is where he basically needs a mono team. Like he needs mono Animo and then mono something else. And it needs to be Hexeride too. So again, I don't know who else is Geo unless they add Nicole as well as oh my god, what the fuck was her name? Noelle. If they add Nicole Noelle, that's the only thing I could see. But even then, we're done with Geo Shield. We just got Zabai, so either way, this trailer was pretty good. Obviously not as crazy as the last one with Barbaloth, but this was a pretty hype trailer. I mean, visually was it the craziest? No, but I think story-wise, it was just so fucking cool. I thought they would fit more in here, but I mean, what we got was really big characters. Like, holy shit. Mawika, hot as hell. And El Capitano, R.I.P. This was crazy. And the fact that he's just saying it to Aino as a story, dude, he is literally just a nice unk. And sadly, like many unks, not me, but like many unks out there, he's past his prime, man. He's not meta. Maybe it's a lore-wise, lore-accurate, age-accurate Varka where he's not in his prime anymore. Even though I still think he is, but, I have to cope some way. But, yeah, that's the teaser. Really good. The trailer is probably going to hopefully go crazy because that's where they really pull out all the stops. But so far, his drip marketing is great. He's not that great, and it's just a tragedy. Anyway, hope everyone enjoyed. Tell me what you think. If you want to see more of me, watch me at Twitch TV/Tecnics channel.